fights you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. It's a Monday. Grab your coffee, tea, soda. Get your week started. Morning, everybody.
Troubled times, I'm afraid the better days that we've seen have done passed us by. Nothing but lies. You can't believe a damn word that they say. They're messing with our lives. News on the TV, nothing but negativity, just poison to the soul. What's right is wrong, what's wrong is right. They challenge God's word with all their might. I can't help but wonder, where's this country gone? Lunatics and politics, about enough to make you sick. It's corruption to the bone. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Yeah, I'm just a good old boy, raising hell and making noise. But I'm 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down. Gonna fight and stand my ground. Got an army of my own. Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Declaring war on Donald Trump with their bullshit stories that they're making up. They can't stand the fact that he speaks the truth. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell that something's wrong on Pennsylvania Avenue. Crooked ass politicians, might ought to pay attention, 'cause this country's tired of you. You hate our guns and our freedom. Piece of shit like you is why we need them. So don't hold your breath, we ain't giving up. Double standard way of law. What's good for them is bad for y'all. Change all the rules, make them up as you go. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, we're just a good old boys, raising hell and making noise. We're 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down. We're gonna fight and stand our ground. Got an army of our own. Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Oh, here we go. The hell alone. Best thing you can do for you is leave this country alone.
Hey, morning, everybody. Woot woot. Let's see. I saw Scat Pack. She always comes sliding in early, or she'll show up late. Crazy Hillbilly, Blackbird, Mrs. Meadow, Kiss Off, Celtic Grandma, covered by CQ. What's up across the pond there, sir? Independent Minnie, morning, sis. Or night for you. I know you ain't just rising. You're probably just fixing to pass out. Miss Teresa. Let's see. I saw Moonchild up in here. Where'd that go? I saw Bug Out Adventures. There's Moonchild. Bug Out Adventures. Dusty Country Road. Big Dusty, Little Dusty. Oh, man. I'm going to end up missing somebody else. Mr. Joe Morgan. Still sunny side up, sir. That means you still got a fighting chance. Goodness gracious. Eric, morning. Steel and Tree. I hope I covered everybody. The volume's low. Yeah, see, I don't know. Thing done crazy. I'll just raise it up, shove it in my face. Yeah, it's turned up. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this little thing. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy Mike. Right, Indy? Hey, you know, I get up so I can lead y'all into the Monday morning. We can start the week. Hey, everybody got whatever the kids have. Going to take the day to try and feel better. Rescue, good to see you, brother. Right on, Michigan Outpost. Hope you get to feeling better. It's Streamlabs. So basically, it's called Talk Studio, but it's Streamlabs. Apparently, Streamlabs bought up the chat thing called, I think it was called Mellow, and they incorporated it into theirs. So now it has the Talk Studio, and it's I don't know. I think this is more for like a production level thing where you have your little setup and you have all your little overlays and your little all that. Me, I'm just like click go live, whatever, shoot the shit. Pot of coffee. There you go, a little caffeine, Joe. Kickstart the day. By the way, so my mug today is that mug my son got me. Ooh, hold on, let me do it this way so you can see Bass Pro Shops. Came from the Pyramid one up there in what is it, Memphis. And man, so did y'all hear about the third attempt on Trump? The dude with all the fake credentials and shit that they caught at the checkpoint. Man, oh man. What do we got? 22 days? 21 days? 21, 22, 23 days. We're right in there. We're in a Trump parade Saturday. Cars decked out. The hood is red, white, and blue. Woot, woot. Got a grocery order coming, so making some soup. Hell yeah. Hey, chicken noodle soup for the win, man. It kept me kicking for a couple of years. And no, it's not, it's pretty scary, Dusty. Excuse me. And you know, actually, which I didn't pay attention to too much anything this weekend. Got some shit done around here, buddy. And ooh, yesterday was a mofo. But uh, you know, it's actually the most nerve wracking for me. Kind of really got me. It's when it's the what was it? The Afghan dude who had the election plot. You know, and what really struck me about that is how open they are about it. And it's like, well, wait a minute, y'all usually like suppress all this kind of shit. Why are you letting this one? It's like trying to throw that fear out. You know, it's almost like don't show up on the 5th. We're going to try to scare you, but at the same time, this is the radical side, so they'll do anything. It's going to be, I don't know, some crazy times. Nothing's going to change November 6th. Life's still going to suck money wise, and no matter who wins, people are upset. Oh, well, yeah, there's going to be pissed off people, but there'll be a big change depending on which way it goes. Yeah, because this isn't politics as normal. This is literally a way of life. As in, because I don't know. I can't believe the reaction of North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. And when I say Tennessee and North Carolina, it's not that I ignore Florida. It's just that, see, it's like my area where I'm at. We're used to hurricanes. So while it's bad and don't wish that on nobody, but it's not uncommon for us. Florida, it's not uncommon. Total devastation for North Carolina and Tennessee. That is not their norm. And to literally watch somebody, it's almost like your neighbor goes, oh shit, look, Bob's house is on fire. Huh. And so you just kind of go over the fence and you throw a garden hose over, and then you go sit on the porch and you get your coffee cup And you kind of go, shit. Well, damn, we're trying to help Bob as much as we can. We supplied water. Yep. And it's kind of like, wait, what? That's not, no. When did we do this? And it just kind of crazy. Sup, rabbit? Morning. And I don't know. I probably think a little different than some because, like, I don't, and I'm not labeling or categorizing anybody. I'm just explaining something. So don't get your panties in a wad. It's like Grumpy talking with Grumpy. You know, I told him I had a problem staying with those cards per se because my brain just doesn't operate that way. So it's like whenever I hear of that, I don't think of all grand conspiracy so much as it is. I start looking at just an individual action because that's the moment that defines somebody is you just got to watch the characteristics of somebody. All the verbiage, word salad shit that comes out of somebody's mouth. It sounds good and that's cool gesture but you got to watch, man, because it's like this, you know. Well, no, FEMA's helping. No, you don't call $750 help. You don't call not showing up with a battalion of parajumpers, you know. So you just, that's all word salad shit. We're doing this, we're doing that, but you're not. Boots on the ground. It's the real character of somebody. Watch what actually happens, not the shit that gets said. Shit that gets said, and everybody seems to, I guess, only the government's the one that can feed you a line of shit, and so that's where all this other crap comes from. It's not just the government that's going to blow smoke up your ass. It'll be anybody that has an agenda, whether they're an elected official or a hired gun or just your flipping ass neighbor. So you watch the characteristics and you watch these guys. That's why I kind of, whenever people are like, you know, supporting somebody up there and stuff, I kind of promote the Grindstone Ministries because this isn't some big organization. This isn't somebody this is just somebody that's trying to help. And it's like, excuse me, excusez-moi. Actually, I guess I don't have to apologize so much because apparently my mic's low anyway. So all I got to do is turn my head and y'all don't hardly hear the cough anyway. But no, I just, you know, I got to thinking about that a little bit. And I kind of started to try to break down in my thinking, you know, because it's easy for me to talk and say shit, but man, everybody's area is different. And I kind of got to zooming in like, well, if I lived in Dallas, well, that'd be a way different life. You're going to hear all the shit. And so it's like, wow, I wonder what people do here every day. Because I will say, man, you hear enough negative shit, you start getting pissed off just because that's all the shit that's in your head is negative shit. That's why I'm all about a solution, man. I mean, I'm all for, hey, you vent, you let the little jiggler bubble its steam off and shit. But at some point, you got to come down to the solution. You can't just keep repeating the same regurgitating. It's like shitheaded politicians. Okay, well, after a while, shitheaded politician is obvious. And it's kind of like, damn, man, this is like some seriously shitty background noise now. So then you go, well, okay, well, wait, what do we do about it? Well, you know, you can change it. Well, see, they've already planned for that. That's why they tell you none of it matters. Yeah, I've watched zero news. My bunkie gave me wireless headphones, so I go sit, smoke, drink coffee, and play with the ducks. Hell yeah, Joe. Music. Music soothes the savage soul, Joe. Nature sounds has a pretty good impact on the savage soul. Confusion times. I used to find that's one of my go-tos is sometimes you just need to have the nature sound. Tune all the worldly shit out and just have the nature. Go back to the beginning. Before we corrupted everything. What's up, Cha-Cha? Man, I read that name Cha-Cha and all I can think of is oh man. Zaza Gabor. That was her name, Zaza Gabor. Darling. And the way she would do that. I don't know. Hey, show my age. Whatever. John McGill. Morning, morning. Good morning, everybody. Just woke up and you need to donate to the White House and think for a minute. I'll say good morning a second time when my brain activates. Oh, so in other words, what John's trying to say is we might not hear a good morning again for the rest of the day. Because if he's waiting on his brain to engage, we're going to be here a minute. I'm just saying. I can pick on John. John's one of the few that can take it. Yeah, there's a nice lady, drug addict, my age, in class. She's single too. I think she mentioned something about soothing my savage beast. Yeah, well, do you, Boo Joe? But all I can say is rebound shit just doesn't work. Rebound shit will just has all the potential of throwing you back in the shitter. Moonchild says we live in a negative world, no solution until people are united, which we are not. Oh, yes, ma'am. She hadn't met the rooster yet. And you're right, Moon, too. You just, and see, and I don't really know how you really unite because I don't know. It's the enemy within. You know, I think up until now, we've always had the outside to look at. You know, it's kind of like sitting in your house with everything going on in your house, but yet you just kind of always talk about the neighbor, and all your heathens will come together over the neighbor. But it's kind of like you have a neighbor that throws shit over the fence in your yard, and your kids will get all pissed off about that. But yet when your kids go out to play, they'll leave their trash in the yard, and then they don't get why you're getting onto them. And it's like, wait, what? No, remember, we don't want the littering. Well, see, we do good when it's an outside source. Now that it's an inside source, it's like, and it's scattered and divided because it's too simplistic. I think that's where the cancer got injected into the word vote. And it was a slow, like I'm guilty. Hell, I just went with okay, I guess I did some bad shit, so I can't vote. Well, whatever. I'll just still got to raise my kids and hit a lick. So it's not that I catered to it. I don't know. You just kind of go with it. And it wasn't real bad in my area, too. I didn't live in a city. I don't live under a lot of metropolitan pressure. Keeping up with the Joneses, being forced to have to haul ass to work every morning because you live in such a congested area. And I think it plays a mindset. Excuse me. John. Hey, Joe, you know what? because I'm gonna read this. It says, Joe says, I'd give my left nut to have my own place and not have to put up with this dehumanizing bullshit to keep housing. You know what, brother? Been there, done that. And what you do, that becomes your mantra. I don't want to be here. And so every time you get flustered and frustrated and pissed off at something you're doing to climb out of that, just remind yourself of what you're getting out of. And so then you climb on out the hole. Don't think too much about, but just this sucks. I don't want to be here. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. I'm not going back. And you let that become your defining moment. And that's what worked for me. It got me started, got my whole direction kind of changed. I started to see the sun coming up over the top of the hills per se. And so that's that. I would recommend that. I ain't gonna tell nobody how to live their life because everybody's variables are different. But sometimes you got to grab that shitty ass stuff that you're going through, and that's what motivates you to get out of the shit and not go back. Let me go up number. Oh, let's see. Did I miss anybody coming in? I got rabid. Danged if you do, danged if you don't. I'd rather. Moonshot says if you want out of the hole, put down the shovel. In other words, yes, ma'am. Bugout says the bystander effect has gotten all of us at one time or another, but the government has used it to their advantage. Well, you see it's kind of like the guy on the corner that wants to sell the product. You know, he didn't invent the whole marketing brain shit, but he knows that if you say 99 cents, that human people will think that's a deal instead of $1. Something about the third digit makes their brain start to question. But if you do the .99, shit, man, that's on sale. It's little things like that. That's why I say it's not a big, like, ooh, you can just kind of watch society as it shifted. And if you're a player, if you're a scammer, if you're a grifter or whatever the current latest term is, you can play that because you kind of know. And now that you have control of the media, you can really shift things. Like you can intentionally paint Orange Man bad. You can intentionally paint. It's like the Colorado shit. It's not really happening in those apartments because you get to paint the picture. And that's the big, to me, that's the big drastic change in today's time versus any other. Before it was more scattered up, so you didn't quite see the focus. Once they took control of the media, man. I see. Sorry to hear that, Joe. Let me scroll up. What did I miss? I never wanted to be here. The only thing stopping me from drinking before I was on Zabana was Carol in housing. I no longer have Carol. She's moving back to Minnesota. Don't you know? Sorry. Probably shouldn't have injected that at that time. But every time I see the word Minnesota, I only think of two things, and one is funny and one's not so funny. One would be, don't you know? And then the other is that thing that's as a candidate or something. I don't know. Walls. Dude's crazy. Kind of missed that one chick from she went back to jail. Well, when you swim in the pond of turds, you're going to get some shit on you. That's just what happens. It comforts to know I'm a good man. I'll keep taking the whips. I'd rather my body be whipped than my soul. Hey, look at you, John. Damn, you must have had some strong coffee this morning. That right there. Look at you. That Folger shit be kicking in. Joe says, I get tired of all this recovery language they use. It's based off of false hopes, assumptions, and propaganda. The Mexican are the only non-liberals in this. Yeah, they get heavy with a lot of the recovery stuff, but I don't know. Once again, I'm an ex-meth head, drunk, pill taker, dope taker, whatever did. Were raised with a mom who had a problem. We both got sober. I relapsed. My mother became a counselor. I cleaned up, became a counselor, relapsed, not a counselor. It was, and then had kids. So my experience was, you got to skim off the top. They have the right idea. They're just trying to monopolize and monetize that. So you skim off the top. So, you know, if you do it like in an HBO subscription based kind of thing, you take that first week and you watch all the shit in the first week, and then you don't have to worry about the next 3 weeks because it's just a rinse and repeat. But you institute that shit off the, and I'll tell you right now, for me, because I started to say the you thing, I'm trying to change my verbiage. For me, as I started to climb out of that shit, it's kind of like somebody drowning and they go into panic mode and they just want to grab, and they don't mean to shove somebody under the water. Their just brain is in survival and they're like, ah. For me, the same thing happened coming out of addiction, because it's such a dark, shitty ass little existence that's in self-destruction, that as you go to come out of it, parts of your brain and that dark part are going to try to reach and grab and pull you back in to tell you how shitty things are and this is bullshit and who the fucking cares and this is some crap. And you just, if you ever push through it, and I finally pushed through it, and then you can kind of see the daylight on the other side. And for me, that was my saving grace. And you can take it with a grain of salt. Some people use salt and pepper, some people don't. There you go. But I wouldn't focus on the negative shit. I really had to focus on the positive and catch those little glimmers of change, positive change that would show up in my life. Like convicted felon. Every day you get the little scowly look, but then you run across somebody that just says, oh, it don't matter. And it's that little spark that that I would carry on. And just now, I mean, I don't care, but oh, your goal for rehab was to get pain doctoring. Ah, well, then you just gotta, it's all in your direction. I mean, the only person, what's bug out got? Let's see, the only person, place, or thing that will ever cause me to start using again is me. My choice, no excuses. If you don't want sobriety, it's your choice. 15 years. Said with love, Joe. Right, bug out? Yeah, you gotta, man, it's kind of like you can feel for that horse all you want. You can put the leader in the water and you can splash it on their face. And if that horse just doesn't see the need for hydration, then it'll just sit there and wither away. It is what it is. Get sober, get locked up, or get buried. That was the way I viewed life and choices. And I just chose to live life. My experience is you just have to want it. I moved far away from everyone except my parents, and I cut everyone off in my life, still relearning everything and who I am. Right, Moonchild? People, places, and things. Canadian, northern brother from another mother. What's up, buddy? Thanksgiving Monday. No, that's right. It's a Thanksgiving thing up there. See, Joe's sobriety is not the most important thing in life to me, actually. Oh, well, then I actually lost as much from rehab as I did from drinking. The stigma of alcohol prevented me from proper medical care. Yep. I guess all I can really say then, Joe, is I'm sorry that sobriety is not important to you, because I know for me, buddy, the sobriety, once I changed the way I was doing things, I started getting different results. It's kind of like the whole little insanity definition. If you do keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So if this is where I was and I didn't want to be in this treadmill shit cycle, I had to actually step and get off of the treadmill bike. So I stopped pedaling the shit. And as I did that, I started to then see life through a cleaner set of lenses and more shiny points. And then for me, when I finally had my son and they handed me my son, that was just, that became what it's all about. So that was just my take, but I get it. I mean, I pretty much, I've heard every excuse and reasoning to keep doing the same redundant shit. Like I said, I said a lot of it myself as I relapsed time and time again and progressed up into becoming an intravenous meth user. So, I'd run that shit while I was doing 75 miles an hour around Dallas Fort Worth doing loops. So I've been the bat out of hell, as Meatloaf would say it. And man, you can watch movies of all the, man, yeah, look at that, that's rock solid. But life, day-to-day life, it ain't so fun. Not to me, it wasn't. Not given where I'm at, and I'm not even overly excited about where I'm at right now, but I'd rather be where I'm at than where I used to be. What we got? Rabbit says, what the hell do you have in Canada to give thanks for? Oh, Twinkie Soxy boy. Or the 11 months of cold, just saying. Look at you, Rabbit, picking on the northern peeps. The saying is, pay your bloated taxes and shut up. Holy shamoly, Rabbit, 45 degrees. It's 68 here. I wouldn't trade my worst day sober for my best day hooked up on drugs and booze. Right, Bug Out? I mean, it just, man, I can see the desperation. I remember that, coming up with all kinds of excuses to perpetuate. It wasn't until it's like, man, people, places, and things got to change this up if I want to see anything different. And it's like, pretty much for me, when that door shut behind me and I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't I just here like a year and a half ago? How did this happen so quick? And then it was like, oh, you just kind of went batshit crazy. And it's kind of like, okay, well, then I guess I ought to stop going batshit crazy. So actually being locked up helped me a ton. I was so resistant. It took that steel door, ka-chang, and that pause for the cause right there is what kind of got me in check. And then I was able to change my direction. Hey, what's up, Von Eric? Well, hell, it's been a minute seeing you, man. Hope all is well up there. I think about you actually from time to time, Vaughn. Just knowing that a heavy metropolitan area in the cities, and that you're one of those people. I just, since I know, kind of aware that I think about when I hear some of this stuff going down. I was drinking to numb all the broken bones in my spine. Now my pain is under control. I no longer wake wishing I was dead, and I feel like I can actually enjoy life again. Oh, hey, I wake up every day, Joe, with spinal issues, man. That's why I can't walk hardly. So I got you. I'm done falling off of buildings, been ran over. I actually, the missus and my mom even used to crack because at one point, and I can actually say, well, hell, I've been shot, stabbed, and ran over. And it was kind of just little humor. But what doesn't kill you just makes you stronger. You know, you're kept here. My belief, I was kept here for a reason. And it just, I had to wait till I could pull my head out of my ass till I could see sunshine in the surroundings and went, oh, wow, okay, this is what it's been. And then now it's a little different. Now I still get all flustered because, see, I don't take meds. I don't want to be controlled by any kind of medicine and have my mind screwed up and polluted up with some kind of bullshit because some pharmacist pressed this and this and this together and made up a thing going here. I just, I don't, I do not seek a fake consultation. I'll either have a bad day and I'll deal with it, or I'll have a good day and I'll enjoy it. But I'm not relying on any kind of medical bullshit to make me feel better. That's just fake ass shit. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know. Rehabbing is probably not the best topic for me because I'm kind of, dude, I've been there and done that. I mean, I literally sat there and used to eat a fucking box of macaroni and cheese by pouring some water in it out of a paper cup, soaking down the noodles and sprinkling that cheese on there and soaking it and chewing on them damn things. I mean, so I've lived under an underpass. You know, I slept in a friend's garage using a dryer for a heater before. I choose not to dwell in all that. Oh, and I did this and I did that, because that's just, I'm not going to glorify my shitty way of life. All I can say is I've done the shitty path. You pull up your bootstraps. I think anybody is capable of getting themselves out of the shit. I think that there is a whole pharmaceutical and medical field that would like to unleash millions of counselors and advertising and music and industries to promote staying in that little addicted world because they make billions and billions of dollars off of it. But it's, people make choices. People just need to understand there's consequences to choices. It is what it is. So if you don't like the consequences, you change the choices. I physically can't change the way I feel pain wise. What I can do is I can use my mind to start tuning out. And that's what I've done over the past, I don't know, 8 years, 7, 8 years, somewhere in there. Actually, I've done most of it, most of my life, but severely here the past 7, 8 years. You literally, I get it's almost like the pain levels. And then it's like, oh, where I'm at number 5. I just learned to tune out number 5 to where it becomes the constant water drip. And then all of a sudden I can still focus even though I got the water drip going because I can tune that level out. What happens sometimes is I push myself too far and I create another level. And then it's kind of like, ooh, this one's working on me, man. And it takes a little while for I can actually fine tune and start to tune that one out. But all I can say for anybody coming out of addiction, the biggest demon you face is in the mirror. Because you have a whole side that you have fed in an addictive mentality that you actually have to fight back against as you try to come out of the fog. So anybody coming out of addiction, that's the biggest battle is yourself. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming in. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it's working for you. I know, like, we got cover CQ, it's an afternoon thingish. I will say I don't regret my past with drugs that made me who I am today. Good memories, bad decisions. Yeah, and I get where you're going with that, Moon. I kind of in between. I mean, yeah, because it's just like, you used to get caught up in that rhetoric going, man, if I could be 17 again. In all honesty, I did that one day, and one day it just dawned on me going, well, no, I don't guess I need to go back that far, because then I wouldn't have my kids. So then all of a sudden you start to process things a little different. Yeah, I was unable to do basic tax anymore, unable to even concentrate, so I chose the manual. Right, Moon, the mirror. Bug Out Adventures, it's the mindset you have to reprogram. You do. Well, that's just, man, I used to get so, ooh, man, that was just a wild ride during all that. Because that was all back in hey, Bug Out Adventures, you grew up in Texas, right? Did you grow up in Texas? Do you ever remember hearing way back in the, what was that, late 80s, I guess, mid 80s? The Palmer Drug Abuse Program. PADAP. Did you ever remember hearing about that? That was one of my excuse makers I used to go to. I kind of lived within that program. That was one set of excuses to keep doing what I was doing. For the longest time, I used to brag that I got sober with Frank Beard from ZZ Top. Only he stayed sober, I didn't. But Dusty Gibbons, who's the bushy, gray-headed dude from the Grateful Dead guy. Been around him. Texas born and bred. There we go. Time to order my baby his winter coat. He don't like the cold. Oh, what did Eric say? Getting sober isn't easy. It can be a daily battle sometimes, but in order to quit, you have to really want to quit. Otherwise, it won't work. That's it. Shit, Eric. I remember used to, it's like, it's, you got to fight it day to day. And then it would be like, well, maybe hour to hour or minute to minute. Just depends on, sometimes it's just, you got to sit there and remind yourself it's right, Moonchild, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it won't matter. Excuse me. The 80s are a blur. Sped right through it. No, I don't remember. Right. Man, it's like blips. It's kind of like the touching down. You're the flat stone skipping across the pond of life. I just remember certain interactions along the way. I still drink and smoke, but that's better than what I was doing. There you go, Moo. Well, and drinking. Okay, I do my little rants about drunks or something, but dude, first off, anybody do you, boo. The second is hell, anything in moderation. You know, if you acknowledge your deal, I'm not one of those. That's where me and a lot of the anonymous groups had the biggest problem was is I don't agree with reminding myself. You know, me and my mom used to have these arguments because her being the counselor, she kind of followed that, and I just refuse to tell somebody, oh, I'm a recovering drug addict. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for 9 years, 8 months, and 12 days, and 13 hours. And I used to go, wow, man, you like think about that shit way too much. You need to kick that thing to the curb and be done with it. I ain't, I recovered. I'm not recovering. I recovered. Oh, who was it that just came in? Rainwater. Morning, Rainwater. The ironic thing is, I actually got better medical treatment from the methadone clinic than family doctors, ER doctors, and all sorts of experts. They actually treat me with dignity. Well, you're a customer, dude. You got better customer. That's government dope. Sorry, I'm no fan of methadone clinics. I think that's the most retarded thinking. I think that's almost like telling an alcoholic, "Oh, well, Jack Daniels, that's really bad. Here, you need to, or don't drink the moonshine, drink the Jack Daniels. Oh, don't drink tequila, drink Red Label." It's like, wait, what? How about don't put shit in your body? Don't. Why can't we educate people to not need some kind of chemical to make it through life? Why can't we just teach people that they have the mental capabilities? You know, kind of like the millions of people that built the country without all this damn pharmaceutical shit. Think about that. People cut their way across the hills and the mountains and built towns and cities and homes and stuff without all this pharmaceutical shit. So why do we got to have pharmaceuticals? Why does life's day-to-day problems have to be solved with pharmaceuticals? Where did that mindset come from? Oh, it's very profitable, that's for sure. Oh, wait, who is that came in? Morning, Miss Shelley. Blackbird. I know this guy that makes some pretty good rum, but he just teases you with it. Oh, kiss off. Hey, I had something. Oh, I think that's why we got about 20 something days and then things are fixing to go cray cray. After 12 years, my sister was excited to tell me she is off. So about 12 years. Awesome, Moonchild. Right, bug out. You just replace one for another. Coffee, tobacco, and pot replace my liquor, Coke, and Big Pharma. Miss Teresa was asking Miss Shelley what state you were in. Miss Teresa's in Ohio. Got a few Ohio people in here. Louisville, Kentucky. Awesome. Hopefully the weather's doing good for you. Morning, Tuck. Oh, I get it, Joe. I mean, it's definitely not saying that, but definitely. Excuse me. Yep, Eric says, Shelly, I'm in Eastern Tennessee. Shoot, coast to coast, even across the pond. Old covers across the pond. Miss Shelley says, wow, what kind of welcome. Hello, everyone. Oh, well, welcome to the Cluckin Alamo. It's my channel. I try to remind people that you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. I share my experience, helps motivate me so I go get things done. Greetings from the area coast. What's up, Mad Shad? There's another Ohio person. We got Missouri people, Canadian people, Washington, California, Colorado. Yeah. From sea to shining sea. Nashville is about 2 hours. And sobriety is all in an individual's perception. For me, it was a challenge. But then I don't like getting whooped by anything. So all of a sudden, I kind of acknowledged that I was being controlled by things. Then I didn't like that. And I think that's what makes me I'm not a big pharmaceutical fan at all. Infection, step 1, 2, 3, and 4, done. Yep, there we go. I can follow that. Oh, you feel this way? Well, here, just take this every day. No, thank you. It's kind of like handing over the wireless remote control to something. Oh, here you go, Mr. Pfizer. You can tell me how I get to feel today. Bullshit. Yeah, I don't like other things making decisions for me. That's why I am a la natural. Think we share much in common. I have chronic pain. Big Pharma got me at 11. No pity, just me, honest. Yeah. Well, that's, and to each their own. Me, I just kind of, there was a rough patch that got so rough that when I come out of it, I just can't bring myself to do that. And that's why I'm about, hey man, sometimes people take what I say as some kind of personal direction, and it's just me reading something and then sharing my thought out loud. And unfortunately, I'm the dude on the screen and everybody else is just in chat. So it kind of, maybe it looks personal, but it's really not. It's just a mindset. Uh, it's just the way my brain operates. I just don't. It's like I go to think of stuff, and then as I re-say that to myself, I'll go, okay, no, that would be hypocritical if I said that or did that. So I catch myself. To me, it's just I hold my self-accountability. Self-accountability. Hey, there's cover across the pond. Ooh, excuse me. Tuck says the only pain meds they'll give me is Tylenol. See, and it's just like, man, taking the pills, the one thing that really turns me off on pills, that my brain, I just can't. Every time they go to prescribe me something, all I can think of is, now that I really understand how they do this. So you take a pill that's, 3/8 of an inch long. But when you actually look up what's what's the medicine, it's like codeine. Okay, so you're going to give somebody codeine. Well, when you actually break down the milligrams of that codeine to the size of that pill, you realize just how much of that other shit is filler. It's just a filler. It's like this could be a drop, but they're not going to give you the drop. They're going to put it with all this other base filler shit. And that just, I don't know. Seeing so many people have bleeding ulcers and all kinds of shit from all that residue shit building up around their intestines and cause problems. And see, once my brain understands that, it's just hard for me to sit there and swallow them pills going, oh yeah, I'll just do this Monday through Sunday. I just can't. It's a no bueno por caca, man. It's like giving someone Ritalin to stop doing meth. That's screwed up. Right, Blackbird? That's why I've never, man, way back when they did the whole methadone thing, I was just like, wait, that's just government control. So don't go to that corner and get it from that dude illegally. Instead, go to this corner and get it from the government. And it's like, wait, what? So this dude smuggles his shit over to the street corner, and you have to go hustle some bucks in order to buy it from him. Hey, I know, I have a better solution. Yeah, what's that? We need to kind of help these addicts. Well, why don't we take and establish a government funded one on this corner? And then what we can do is we can charge all the taxpayers to pay for them, and they don't even have to go get the money then. They can just show up to the window and get their shit. How's it? Yeah, there we go. Make the taxpayers pay. Them damn taxpayers just working schmoes. Every bright ass idea the government has, all it does is add the bill to the taxpayers. They make no money. But you just think about that shit, the concept of that. So you go from a drug dealer and a customer that go gets his own monetary stuff to pay for that stuff. But oh, no. Our government has the brightest ass idea solution. Let's make all the taxpayers in the country pay for this. Yeah, because that's really going to solve things. They have no intention of solving anything. All they want is they just want a bigger customer base. It's kind of like the digital currency. They just want customers. The illegals coming across the border. Don't worry about a Constitution, Declaration, Bill of Rights. Don't worry about a history to an awesome country. Just come on in. We just need a customer base. You got Moonshot says, I'm not going to write off every medication. Whatever worked for you, as long as it gets you where you want to be. I guess. See, I don't know though. You gotta the way. I don't know about where you want to be because until you clean out all the fog, sometimes the decisions we make when we're under the influence per se, I guess is the way the phrase might go. We don't always make the smartest decisions. Hence, that's why we end up in some peculiar scenarios. They actually thought I had cancer because of the rapid weight loss and the pain I was in. Turns out I have several broken vertebrae. It's painful to move. So I'm glad. Oh, that's me. I got my thoracic down into my lumbar. I have, well, actually, I have discs that were blown out a long time ago. I knew that. Then I took a few falls and took some damage. And then I cracked some vertebrae. And then apparently I have a degenerative degenerative disc disease. I think is what I don't know. They spit shit out, and I go, okay, yeah, whatever. Can you fix it or not? It's kind of like with my neck. I had half my cervical spine replaced. I have a titanium plate holding my head on my shoulders. And I used to think, and that was 23 years ago, 1/20/01. I thought it was the end of all. I was like, holy shit, the way this feels, oh my God, holy crap. Every time I'd go to try to look, oh, no, and the doctor was like, well, excuse me, it just came out of nowhere. Doctor goes, well, you need to limit your lifting. You can't lift anything over 30 pounds. You're going to have to watch all your movements. Excuse me. Excuse-moi. And I just laughed at the doctor. I told him, dude, I got kids. I got bills to pay. So I went to rehab. And by the way, if you ever do get surgery, if you sit there and it's painful a little bit, but if you sit there and rub on that scar after it starts to heal up and you keep doing it every day, it'll keep it from building up thick scar tissue. It won't look as bad. Mine only looks that bad because, well, I've lost body mass. So it used to not be so obvious. That's why I do the beard, because it'll hide it. No, I'm picking. Totally made that up. Let's see. Indy said something about shrooms. You are unlikely to hoot all, but you could also try weak indica to relax your body, sativa for more energized mental high. The downfall of methadone and suboxone subtext is that the program doesn't really help you get off of it after you have reached your goal of your other. Right, man? Well, it's just a repetitive customer. Ooh, uh-oh. Damn, don't have no more. That was the end of the coffee. No more coffee. I wasn't sure if Grumpy was going to want to try to do the without rule of law this morning or not. So I sent him a link, but he might have decided to sleep in just a tad, enjoy his day off. By the way, it's Columbus Day. So happy Columbus Day. I read that microdosing shrooms is the one thing that generates nerve damage. I prefer natural to big pharma. Whatever you try small doses, see how it makes you feel. You could also try CBD oil extract. Yeah. Never tried a lot of things. We used to smoke shrooms through our bongs. Ooh, that's some nasty shit, bong water. Even if it's brandy, but hey, we've done some crazy shit in our youth. Look at there. There's Grumpy Dude. I just woke up. See? It was like some kind of telepathic shit. I was talking about him. I didn't have to say it 3 times. And it woke him up. Moonshaw says, I've tried shrooms once, chocolate bar, and listened to Alan Watts for hours. Who's Alan Watts? I don't know who Alan Watts is. Indy, I need something that will make me stop crying. Between my bladder and the dog's bladders, this is about as late as I get to sleep. Right, Grumpy? Camo Carl, Wolverines. What's up, buddy? Miss Shelley says, yes, sir. Some downright dumb things as kids. Oh, yeah. The ignorance of youth. Man, is that not like a mental hijacking? So, being a kid, starting high school, the first year in high school, you drive up to school. You have a 30-30 lever hanging in the gun rack and a 12 gauge hanging in the gun racks of your vehicle. You pull up, you get out, you grab your stack of books, you go in there, you come out, and good old opening day, everybody jumps in the truck, laughing, getting ready, and you change clothes, and hell, you drive like to the deer lease or down to the lake on a Friday, and you just try to envision that in today's day and age, and it's like, oh, hell no. What's up, 420? Morning. So who is the Alan Watts? Okay, wait, Rabbit put a link up. Not that the link really does any good because, I mean, what do you want me to do? Just turn y'all off and go watch the video? Let's see, I can go plunge in, move, and join the dance. Okay, so lectures, seminars, and courses delivered in the 60s and 70s. Okay. I will check that out then later. I like to say wisdom is doing stupid shit and surviving, right? That's what creates the wisdom when you realize that. When you realize that you did stupid shit. He has a unique way of putting life in perspective. Only if you survive, Carl. Only if you survive. If you don't live to tell the tale. Wait, what happened? Witnesses can tell the story, though. Yeah. But then you got to really rely on, are you the good guy or the bad guy in the witness's version? See? The telling of two tales. Are you the good guy or the bad guy in the witnesses? Was it okay to rob the store because you were hungry? Or was robbing the store a theft because you didn't pay for it? Only the witnesses tell the story. And I'm just picking. I don't know. I'm just babbling shit. It's a Monday morning, and it's Columbus Day. And I will say, Miss Shelley, sometimes I just play music. So we play a few songs, and I do that sometimes. I just try to give a place for people to come and kind of hang out. And, we can kick around maybe latest news that somebody's heard. I just share my experience, my thoughts. Welcome to the virtual living room kind of thing. I've kind of taken it in honor that I'm different than most channels. So Cha Cha says, have a great day, y'all. Good luck today, Shad. KP, I hope you got some say. Oh, is KP Heathen? Wait, did I miss him? Did I miss my little Louisiana buddy? There he is. What's up, KP Heathen? I'm sorry, brother. And hey, by the way, Cha Cha, you don't have a good day. You make it a good day. You're in the driver's seat. You get to decide. You make it a good day. Get you some rest. And try to tune out the negative. Think of something positive, something that you would consider like good thoughts, and try to fall asleep to that. That way your brain can continue that instead of the fear and anxiety and stuff. I think that doesn't help people. I think if you go to sleep and worry, stress, anxiety, I think it just perpetuates subconsciously then. I think that's when you have the unrest, don't really feel like you rested. Miss Shelley says she tries to think of something else, usually music, working on nonfiction manuscript. I must escape sometimes. That's it. Right, Carl? Yeah, and anybody that's not blue, don't think like, oh my God, where did I come into? It's just that was, it probably wouldn't, I don't know what I'm doing with all the mod stuff yet. Agree with that, but not easy to do sometimes. Right, Cha Cha? Well, no, that's the struggle. That is the challenge. Is reminding yourself of that. Just know you're in thoughts and prayers. I'm sure there's other people that will put you in their thoughts and prayers. And you were created to be able to deal with this. It's just not always pleasant. Sir, I found you by accident on my feed this morning. Then I liked your honesty, sense, compassion. Well, thank you, Miss Shelley. I'm just me. I kind of stumbled into this little YouTube world. And then I've just dug my own little foxhole, I guess. I used to, a couple years ago, I used to call it the sand lot. And it was like a virtual living room. And shoot, I'd stream for the longest hours. Now it's kind of more getting into the fixing of some things around here because I had to pull myself out of my own muck. I was in a deep depression when I first started this. Get you some rest, Cha Cha. Hey, BW. Morning, morning. But yeah, I kind of that's how I got started with this. I pulled myself out of the muck. Matter of fact, I met Independent Mini United. And man, when I met her, I was kind of in a real dark place. And so then I got introduced to a guy named Ron, Dangerous Freedom. And I was like, wow, look at all these people talking on YouTube and stuff. I didn't even know YouTube did that. All I ever did was listen to music on YouTube. I had playlists. And then Ron passed away, sad to say. And then I started streaming and started talking and meeting all kinds of people. And man, I'd have 10 people up on the panel and we'd be talking all night long. Hell, I'd start at like 9 or 10 Central Time, and then I'd go till hell the next afternoon. And no, not as long as yours, Carl. Not as long as yours. I think mine's only like 16 hours or something. And but it just kind of sharing. But then I started watching some channels that were getting out and doing stuff and being active, and I thought that's what I need to do. See, because you just never know when the reminder is going to come along. And so that just reminded me, it's like, yeah, you need to get up and do stuff. So I started doing more, and I've got chickens, built my chicken coop. I do most of what I do out of my chair because that's my standing up and walking function is saved for the shower and the restroom and getting dressed. So love you too, sis. We all were having rescue DTs not too long ago, though. Almost made me take up drinking, but you do drink, Rabbit. So getting ready for the interviews now. What? Hell yeah, Shad. Right on, brother. I just channel my pain. I convert it to anger, then store it in my anger capacitor. Probably a bad idea. Well, it can be. Tuck says, wait, where'd that one go? I thought there was. Wow. So I guess this thing, whenever somebody deletes a comment, yeah, Eric deleted a comment, that actually deletes out of the Streamlabs too. Eric had stress, lets you know you're still alive, and I think it's pain. Pain is your reminder that you're still alive. Dude, Shad, that's cool. So hopefully that is a move up. Very, very cool, sir. Very cool. Shelly says, Rabbit, oh, now don't do that. LOL. I haven't drank alcohol in 30 years. Oh, well, no, Rabbit drinks, Miss Shelly. Well, actually, so when uh, I got the chickens, when Nikki and her husband brought me the chickens, I did the last shot of Crown I had in a bottle. But other than that, I haven't drank in years. Had my fill by 25, 27. There you go. Rabbit says, I haven't smoked cigarettes for 19 years, so it's one or the other. Very cool. I'm at 31 years as of April. Well, and man, it's just, and sometimes it can be tough. Hell, I've actually here lately, I've even had just thoughts that have come in going, man, you know what? Just get a damn bottle. just tie one on. But it just, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So it's kind of like you just have this little voice that whispers. You just have to. I just tell myself how retarded that idea is, and it's like I'm not going to do that. But it crosses my mind sometimes. So hey, Miss Shelley, since you're new here and just kind of curious, so what kind of like music do you like? Do you kind of like, are you the oldies, the classic rock, a little bit of the hip hop rap kind of vibe, a beat person, or country? And she says, "Yep, I'm transitioning into a new job using the word as it was intended." It's like walking on a minefield, isn't it, Shad? You're progressing into a better spot. You're advancing your tactical front line. I don't know. Old job was killing me. The solvent. Oh yeah, breathing that crap in. See, Michelle says, "Rabid. Oh, I gotta quit cigarettes. Generics are $6. Want my singing voice back." Oh, there you go. Yeah, I stopped smoking. I do the little vape stuff. Kind of does the nicotine fix. And I will, to be honest, see, for me, smoking, it wasn't so much the nicotine as it was the habit. It was the hand to mouth kind of thing. It was like, oh wait, gonna work on something, dangle a cigarette from my mouth, work on it. Oh, got to think about it, light a cigarette. So it was just the gesture. So I just now I tote this thing around and hey, morning, Mr. Metal. Welcome back. As long as you don't change your channel to trans shad. Oh, Miss Shelley says, just got a new guitar, very big cost. I have to pay for my pain clinic. Hey, if you you know what, Miss Shelley? So if you if you like, so if you like playing and singing and just kind of karaoke, uh, some individual playing music, Independent Mini United, she does a deal on Fridays to where she has people come up, and you would be more than welcome, I'm sure, to come up and you could play your guitar and stuff. And it's, nothing. It's just people getting together and play drums, play guitar, play an organ, play all of them, play a harmonica, whatever, just want to sing a song. And Indy might have fell asleep. So if Indy didn't fall asleep, she could put her link up. She's on the West Coast over there, so they're still dragging into the day. There we go. And there's Indy's link. Yeah, her flip thing is. Oh, okay. So okay, so she knows you, Indy. Well, that's cool. Yep, that's Indy's like my sister. I've known her the longest on here. Me and her go way back. Okay, well, see, you didn't say that, Indy. I see how it is. I see how it is. That's fine. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And by the way, so Miss Shelley, whenever you say rap, so like I don't know how you categorize it. So for me, I do like a Tom McDonald or an Adam Calhoun. Uh, I'll play some Limp Biscuit or some Everlast. And so is that, do you consider those rap? See, to me, the rap is more like the Biggie, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and I was being discreet. I didn't know who you were talking to. Well, yeah, but didn't you even say morning to her when she came in? I see. I see. No, I'm just picking. I'm just picking. She knows that. And so, in case anybody else doesn't know, she knows it. But yeah, I'm just picking on her. Okay. Yeah, because I don't usually do those, but I'll play like those. So I usually just, it's a little weird with the music right now because of this platform, but usually I just have my cool little database loaded up and I just kind of play some because there, there's also, we do a pause for the cause. I do that. Matter of fact, it's getting close to time, so I need to find something. Have to entertain y'all with something. Mrs. Meadow said, made her cry last night with your song, Indy. I know that was so cool. That was pretty awesome, Indy. I was talking with someone yesterday and they were getting to visit their grandkids, and I was getting to visit my grandson yesterday, and it just, it's like what I told them, and they're like, yeah, and it's like, you look at them, and that's what it's all about. At least for me now, because my kids are grown, so now it's my grandkids. I look at them and I go, this is why you do what you do. This is why you try to do better every day. This is why, and so I'm like, man, I always love seeing him every Sunday. He's just my reminder. What's up, Mike? Hudson Valley prepping and survival. And there's a New York person, as in the name Hudson Valley area of the state, not the city. What you up to today, Mike? On the road? And let's see, there was something. All the jobs are south. If I get the job, I'll move. By the way, I saw that where Rabbit was saying, find your way out the city. Me too, Shad. I think you would just, man, you'd love it out in the woods. Can you play that song again? What you came when you came alive? What do you mean, crazy? Crazy hillbilly. I'm gonna have to throw the hillbilly. Otherwise, if I say crazy, hell, the missus might even think I'm talking about her. I'm just picking. But so, can you play that song again? What you came when you came alive? You mean when I came on? Oh, and Mrs. Meadow, Tuck says that he said good morning. Tuck says good morning. Don't know why you can't. And that's weird too, man, because you both are mods here, so you should be able to see each other. That is so weird. Oh, let's just scroll up. No, he did. Hooligan, corrupt, and new writer. Oh, that's right. So Wednesday is the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival 100th episode of We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Shelly says, sir, I grew up less than 100 miles from Nashville. Everything I play sounds country folk. Excuse me. Well, I'm in Southeast Texas. And there you go, Tuck. I don't know if you can see when she says it, but she said, hello, Tuck, with the heart emo. I just don't understand why y'all can't even at least see each other here when you both are mods. So I don't know. Me no sabe. There's so many variables. Oh, okay, so Tuck can see metals, but metal can't see Tuck. Chad says, yep, I need the woods. Rescue, make it a good day. Hey, kiss off. So what are you leaving me? Is that what you're doing? Are you kicking me to the curb? Kiss off is my big sis. So I got India as my little sis and kiss off as my big sis. What's up, Matt? Morning, sir. Don't go to Indiana, Shad. Got to come on down to Texas. Which I tell you, tell me what kind of work you're looking for. Me and you just need to talk. I can find you something down here. Just depending on what kind of work you're looking for and if you did want to relocate this far. Miss Shelley says, Indy, so glad you got away from the city we want out of suburbs. I was retiring to be to part time in about 8 months. Hell yeah. I'm stubborn, but I'm working on it, right? Do you already, by the way, Mike, do you already have the episode like loaded? Do you want to share it for Wednesday? If you don't have it made up, you can just we'll share the channel. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We all gonna die Wednesday. It's the 100th episode. Slacking, Mike, slacking. Man. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what, I do need a break, but here I need to grab it. It's the song is Leave Me the Hell Alone. I think on YouTube it might even be listed as the Trump song or something. I forgot who actually sings it. My bad. Okay, so hold on. This one here is just a little weird. So, okay, so what do we got? Let me catch up real quick. Rescue, have you seen this and that with Matt around? Isn't that Matt? This and that with Matt. Isn't that Matt PCD? I don't know. Maybe now you got me all confused now, Eric. Okay, thank you, Matt. I started to think, wait a minute, did I just like skip out of the groove on my little brain disc or what? But for folks in Ohio, we tight. Roger that. Mike says it's all good. Nobody really watches anymore. Half the views we used to get at best. There you go. Thank you, Indy. Adam Graham. And thanks, Rabbit. I saw you posted the Trump song. Hey, so, okay, I tell you what, since Crazy Hillbilly was wanting to hear that, Leave Me the Hell Alone, I need a pause for the cause, so I'm going to leave you guys with this song. And, yeah, because, you know, sometimes you just kind of got to take a pause for the cause. So, hey, I will be right back with you guys shortly. Enjoy the music. Refill your coffee, tea, soda water, whatever's working on getting your day started. It's Columbus Day. Happy Monday.
I'm afraid the better days that we've seen have done passed us by. Nothing but lies. You can't believe a damn word that they say. They're messing with our lives. News on the TV, nothing but negativity, just poison to the soul. What's right is wrong, what's wrong is right. They challenge God's word with all their might. I can't help but wonder, where's this country gone? Lunatics and politics, about enough to make you sick. It's corruption to the bone. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, I'm just a good old boy, raising hell and making noise. My ground, got an army of my own. Best thing you can do for me, leave me the hell alone. Declaring war on Donald Trump with their bullshit stories that they're making up. They can't stand the fact that he speaks the truth. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell that something's wrong on Pennsylvania Avenue. Crooked ass politicians might ought to pay attention. This country's tired of you. Hate our guns and our freedom. Piece of shit like you is why we need them. So don't hold your breath, we ain't giving up. Double standard way of law. What's good for them is bad for y'all. Change all the rules, make them up as you go. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, we're just a good old boys, raising hell and making noise. We're 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down. We're gonna fight and stand our ground. Got an army of our own. Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Miss Shelley. Make it a good day. I'm glad you found us. You're always welcome.
Just a good old boys, raising hell and making noise. We're 80
everybody makes
million
it this day.
strong.
Mike, I hope you're still around.
Ain't much for backing down.
I got something for you.
Fight to stand our ground.
One, I can send you the link to it.
Got an army of our own.
You want to talk about it later.
Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone.
All right. It's like it's telling me I'm sharing a screen. It's like, no shit, home doggy. Let me try this again. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. Sorry, I don't know, man. I'm figuring this shiznit out. Can you hear me now? Okay, this isn't going to work for me, so. Bear with me. I hate that whole portrait mode shit. It just, damn it, we invented widescreens for a reason. Okay, so wait. So anyway, y'all were talking about the DOD directive. And I actually thought I would share the DOD directive 5240.01 with you. Let's see. So if I share this and I share the screen, a window, can I do this? Okay, well, shit. It's still in portrait mode because it's the document. Yeah, I don't think, well, actually, I'll make it a little bit bigger that way. Let's see what it does whenever I try to make it so y'all can see it. Okay, so here's the directive. Department of Defense, United States of America, DoD Directive 5240.01, intelligence and intelligence-related activities and defense intelligence component assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Hey, Watchman. Morning. Morning. Effective September 27th, 2024. And in case y'all are wondering, here I'll highlight this. Y'all can look this up. I will get y'all the link. Here's the link. There's the link to the actual DoD directive. So there's the effective date, cleared for public release. Now, the key part, because this thing, it's 22 pages, but this is where, right here, page 13 is the important part, the level of authority. So it's this one, levels of authority. It says the Secretary of Defense may approve any type of requested permissible assistance described in paragraph 3.2. And when you look at right here, provision of personnel to support response efforts of civil disturbances, which also require presidential authorization. Hey, Carolina, Steph, morning, and what, Miss Teresa, morning, Miss Teresa. DoD response to chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and high yield explosive incidences. Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support civilian law and oh wait, damn, breaking the screen. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. This is the part. This is the part that kind of got me pretty quick, was right there. Because if you, all the militia talk and all that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like civilian individuals or groups. And then here's another kicker is right here, provision or use of DoD unmanned systems. Unmanned drones in the United States as except as delegated by the Secretary of Defense. So, and we got 21 days, 22 days. This is concerning shit. So, you know, I don't got all the answers, but I can tell you need to be aware. So, once again, I'll share this link. Anybody wants to pull it up yourself, read through it. That's the .mil side. That's through the portals. But that's a little nerve-wracking for me because it's clear this administration does not give a rat's ass. So, and yeah, Rabbit, I saw where you said you're going to take that down to the local sheriff to see what's up. And that's, yeah, this is when you kind of, this is why, see, making sure you got a constitutional sheriff. And are they going to go along with that? Are they going to utilize that? Are they going to use that for support? It just, throwing out posse comitatus. They're putting Kamala 2 points up in the polls over Trump. Oh, the last I saw, hell, they already had him. Matter of fact, they were having so many people that were panicking because, yeah. So I don't know which polls. What just some of the reports that you'd catch. There's a dude that puts up little clips to make fun of them and look like a lot of them. But I mean, it's all, dude. It's like walking. You're watching 12 guys, all body armored up, mask, carrying weapons into the bank. It's kind of obvious they're probably fixing to just kind of just steal the bank. I mean, and that's kind of what we see. So, there's no way as fractured and dispersed as society is in America. I do not think that there are any legitimate numbers to actually back her. So it's all made up shit. Hey, Sheriff Bear, morning. The sheriffs are all talk. They will turn on you. See, I would have moved, Watchman. If you live in that kind of area, I would have just moved or changed. We down here 20 something years ago, we got tired of it and we changed sheriffs. That's the cool part about an election. I'm so sorry that for some people, I guess, laugh. Because I will say, it's like when voting doesn't matter. And it's like, holy crap, man, why would you live in a spot for so long and just be downtrodden to the part? I mean, why not just move and experience life? So much better areas out there. Yeah. That's just that, you either, there's a moment in life when you stop looking at the glass as half empty and you just go half full. And that's kind of me. I'm a half full kind of guy. Because I don't live in Dallas. I don't live in El Paso. I don't live in San Antonio. So then I don't represent very well with New York City, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Sacramento. Those just aren't my environments. My environments down here is when the hurricane rolled through here and devastated everything. We had deputies going out doing hot meals and water. My kids went to school with some of the deputies around here. So I've known the sheriff for 30 plus years. and ain't nobody perfect. So I don't try to automatically assume because somebody's in an elected spot that all of a sudden they're not a human being anymore and they're perfect. And it's like, I do find that kind of strange in how that you just watch the general amongst all these channels, and it's like once you become an elected, apparently you don't make mistakes anymore. If you're the manager in this business, you're perfect. If you're the supervisor, if you're above somebody or hold a position, all of a sudden you're perfect. And it's like, I just don't see it. I look at the character. It's like down here, we didn't have all the masks and people and none of the screaming and the protesting and all that. We didn't, like I said, during the whole rioting thing, most people down here didn't even realize what was happening across the country. Since the news wasn't going to show you, then most of the people down here didn't even know. So, I'm sorry that it sucks so bad in some people's areas that they just go, oh, life sucks so bad. It's got to be this way everywhere, because it's not. And I'm sorry that most people assume it is. Bottom line, you just must live in one miserable area, Watchman. I don't know. And I guess it's also unaware of, do you know that actually sheriffs are the ones that stopped the Brady bill? So it pays off to have sheriffs. You ought to look into that. Too bad D-Dog ain't here. He could tell you. I think that sheriff's name was Mark something. But when the Brady bill started to get introduced, they fought back against it. And as he gathered more constitutional sheriffs to stand with him, they were able to fight. The Brady bill 1, which then canceled out Brady bill 2, 3, and 4, I think is what he says. I'm just, I it's the way that, see, this is where I think it's not so much intentional, but everybody has grown accustomed to it, that you just go, it's like I could sit here and talk about what's y'all's problem. I don't understand. But I have to understand that life is different where you're at, and it's not where I'm at. Down here, people go out here and we got little farmer markets. We got meat right down the thing. It's not the same. I don't have corporate banks in the little town right here. So I don't have the Bank of America and the Chase and the big evil bank industry. That's not here. These are actually locally owned, uh, it's just different. And I just wish more people could then, because I think if people understood that, then you start to understand the power you have in your place. Because once again, people want to say voting doesn't matter. Then why doesn't my area suck as bad as your area if voting doesn't matter? If it's all rigged and it's all a selection and it's all by design and this is just the way it is, then why isn't my area as screwed up as some of these others? Why when I go down to the Whataburger, there aren't U-100s laying all over the curbs and the sidewalks? Why aren't there piles of shit and puddles of piss? Why aren't there tents of homeless people all at every intersection at that town when I go almost 20 miles down the road? You don't see that. Why? Because it's a different vibe, because elections have consequences. Let me catch up with chat, because I'm sure everybody's done gone. Well, I get the whole biblical verse stuff, Watchman. I mean, I will say, and try not to take this personal, but every time people throw out a biblical verse, does the rest 99% of the rest of their life follow that book, or do they reach in and grab a verse to make a political point or an opinion view? Look at this book. Or do people actually walk by that book, live and breathe that book, their character and their nature is that book, and now they reference that as a knowledge base. See, I find it most people grab scripture just to throw out verses, but then that's that pew sitting stuff, and I just that's not my relationship. That says the sheriff with COI tie over from me went to high school with me. He's legit and will do the right thing. Right. Rabbit says exactly. Rescue. Some of us live in a place that's not BS. That's why I said rescue. It is like a trance over them when they become your public official. It can be if you don't interact with them. Well, it can be. I mean, hell, anybody can be corrupted. Tuck says his sheriff is a dim who was a Hillary supporter. Just watch out for problem reaction solution. They cause the problem, wait for the public's reaction, and then offer a solution. That's it, Oots. We had several different sheriffs and nothing has changed. Plus, they recently defunded the department after getting enough funds to have 24. They patrol from 9 to 5. Yeah, see, that's. Then you have no moral standard. Wow, that's pretty judgmental there, Watchman. And I'm just going to point out, because I am a faith-based person, but for somebody to throw scripture out, because you don't know what his moral standard is. You didn't have that conversation. No, so I would not assume. You know what that word does? Some places take longer than others. Just wait, coming soon near you. If people don't pay attention. Well, actually, Moonchild says, don't hold your breath on voting locally. It may seem to work now, but they're chipping away at us little by little. But that's the point, though, Moonchild. So you do need to vote locally because they are chipping away. So the more people they convince not to vote locally, the more people will lose their areas. I'm going to have to just scroll on down. But see, yeah, Watchman, I know Rabbit doesn't share the same faith-based belief that I do, but that doesn't mean that that dude is wrong. I mean, you know what? I'm just going to cut to the mustard because I ain't a biblical person, and I don't. To me, that is such a personal relationship with your own, what you see as your creator, your father. That's my father, my creator. I believe in God. People can go, oh, it's this one. I don't know. Whatever book you want to hold up. I believe in God, the creator, and he's my father. So that's my belief. But I also know that if I believe in these letters that were written describing the New Testament and the walk of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, then I know he didn't walk around just pointing, going, heathen, 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 heathen. Instead, he just tried to interact with people and show them by example a better way. So do you, boo? But I think when people come in here with the antagonistic type stuff, you're gonna hit a brick wall. And I think that's why you don't see Jesus in any of the New Testament letters. You don't hear any of those accounts of how he just went on some tirade across the country. I think you hear stories of him interacting and showing people by example. But see, this is why I'm not a big, I'm not, ooh, it kind of gets me when people do the scripture grab thing, because it's like, I wonder how many people grab those scriptures, actually walk by those very words, or does it just, it's easy. How do you figure they're anti-constitution? See, I don't even understand. So when have you ever heard? So I'm going to call you out there, Watchmen. So who have you seen in here say that they're totally cool with the government suppressing speech and the government taking away your religious beliefs? It sounds like you're the one taking away religious beliefs, but I'm just, hey, let me not point out the fucking obvious. So who, once again, the first free speech. You're free to say and do whatever you want. You're just not free from consequences, whether that be from anybody. So hell, people can do whatever they want. And I just find it ironic that you see, this is the Bible thumping that I don't agree with. Judgmental stuff. But you want to quote scriptures from Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and this book that shows examples, and none of them, it's kind of like a damn church design. None of this has a 75-inch TV in it. None of it talks about making millions. Nothing in that book talks about being the pastor and driving up to your church in a fucking limo. None of that. But no. And I'm blown away, dude, how fast you went and you want to attack them. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, that straight up looked like so liberal ass bullshit. You actually attack them about freedom of speech and that they're anti-constitution. Two people that I figure you're having the conversation with would be Rabbit and Moonchild, which I know both of them have been so anti-government, and yet because they don't agree with you, all of a sudden now they're anti-constitution, anti-free speech. Do you see how crazy leftist you just went? It's like you're talking about a belief in God, and when that didn't work, all of a sudden, yeah, they're against the Constitution and free speech, and it's like some liberal batshit statement. I don't even understand how that works, dude. Is this really where we're coming to? We got 20-something fucking days to an election, and people are still so batshit crazy that that's what you can focus on. Let's go pick some shit. Let's go create some crap. Hey, I know. Oh, you're anti-constitution because you don't agree with me and my religious beliefs. Sounds like that fucking cynic guy on the Young Turk dude. It's crazy. I just find it funny, dude. I sit here and I interact with all of you. It just blows my mind. See the hypocrisy, man, the hypocrisy in this shit. And people point fingers all over there going, look at all the politicians. They lie. They lie. Really? Because they don't want to hear what I have to say, and they will mock and scoff until I'm gone. Therefore, they do not respect the Constitution and my free speech. See, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. How are they suppressing? Did somebody just delete your comments? Nope, sure didn't. Can I go back and read through your comments? Yep, sure can. So exactly how in the liberal mindset did that get suppressed? Because they didn't agree? Oh, see, I'm not crazy on the radical liberal side. I still apply common sense to shit. So I haven't gone full batshit crazy. I don't know. So because you don't agree with me, you're suppressing my speech. So it's not a matter of you being able to say anything. You either you'll hit your knees or you're suppressing me. What? I just don't. And all I can say is you might tread very, yeah. Yeah. Well, you'll show it by your fruits. I find it so ironic. So you take a belief in which I don't know. I don't know what your belief is. So I know. So if you mention the word God to me, I reference off of what my belief is. And my belief is in a loving, firm God that's my creator and my father. And he expects me to humble myself and show him that I am capable of putting him first and to thinking about him and to thinking about the righteousness. And in doing that, that's why I find myself in apologetic situations. But I'm not just going to go in there and say, like, oh, well, let me just start spitting judgmental scriptures at you. If anything, this would be the time and age of to help people find peace and solace and unify people. But then again, everybody's got their own belief. Some people are okay with that and some people are not. Hey, what's up, One Ranch 307? I turn off rap music, so I must be suppressing their free speech, right? That's, yeah, if you don't listen to it, you're suppressing it, I guess. And if you don't agree with it, you're suppressing it. If they had the power, they would have blocked me now. Dude, you're just, I don't know, man. What the Bible says, it's going to be brother against. So what are you just trying to initiate that right out the gate? It's like, well, you know what? I read it. It says brother against brother. So I'm not sure that that's what it meant, but what's up, Huckleberry? I'm sorry, brother. I didn't see you coming in. And Miss Tiger, morning, morning. This country is heading down a very, very bad road of godliness. I know, and going around here and bashing people is not going to get people to kind of change their ways. So, just like bashing on you when you were a kid didn't set you on the right path. You had to go come to terms with your own faith. And all I can tell you now, I'll let this go with this because Watchman says anybody else here want to stand up for Jesus. I'm going to let you know, sir, if you come at me about my faith in my creator, I'll boot your ass in a heartbeat. And I'll tell you that up front, look dead in the screen and tell you. I don't question your shit. Don't come in here. I think that's the most stupidest thing in the world. And I've already had this discussion before. How do you get to decide the relationship I have with my father? That's like me telling you about the relationship you have with your father. That's totally your biz. You do you, boo. So I don't know if you're on some just an instigating kick right now. Hey, Black Cat, morning. Yeah, see, I don't know if you're on some self-righteous kick, But I'm gonna tell you right now, dude, I am not a Joel Osteen fan. So if you're, you want to do the Joel Osteen kind of thing, and I ain't into Joel Osteen. To me, that's not the message. Exactly, One Ranch. It's just that simple. It cracks me up how these people on a YouTube digital platform talk about free speech, and it's like, but it's if you create a channel, you're free. It's kind of like you build a home, you're free to actually shut the door. You don't have to let all the illegals in, and you ain't got to feed them, regardless of what anybody else tells you. I only think that I have been judged in all this. I was talking about moral standards and where they're set, and then got attacked. No, Watchman, you started attacking. Just so you're clear, man, this is all live chat replay, so it can all be scrolled back up. So don't crawfish now. You started attacking people, dude, and people get defensive when they get attacked. Just like when you started to bring up standing up for Jesus, I felt attacked. I felt like you were questioning my belief. So, and you can go, but I wasn't. Well, but that's how I would took it. So you don't get to judge how other people get to take it. Why do you think I apologize for things I'll say? Going, look, don't take this out of context, because I have to realize that everybody perceives things in their own way. That's the cool thing about being an individual. You can interpret and think of what you want. If you know, you know, Huckleberry. You know how we do it down here. No, sir. I'm just responding to the text that you're typing. See, this is what people try to do. They've tried to do that to me before. There's a there's things that get typed, and because I'm on a visual screen and I have a voice and I respond to that, it tries to get spun into something else, when in reality we were just having a conversation until you kind of started to attack somebody's belief and tell them you actually told the man that he had no moral standards without even talking to him. So you went with an assumption of a faith belief and you immediately said you have no morals. So you're the one that did the attacking, sir, and you can back scroll this all the way up to see when that initiation started. This is the no bullshit zone, dude. I don't dance around. I don't dress it up. If I fuck up, I'll say I fucked up. If I made a mistake, I'll say I made a mistake. So right, India was so close. We didn't say moral compass. There you go. It's in case Bushido's listening. Lead by example, right? One Ranch. If you want to know how awesome my father is, why don't I show you by my actions? And then when you ask me, wow, how do you do that? Oh, well, I could introduce you to my father. He's where it comes from. Instead, no, we scream at people and go, yeah, my father's better than yours. And it's like, wait, what the hell just happened? Damn, I think the missus actually kicked me to the curb without even saying bye. Oh no, she's off today. My bad. I started to think she already went to work. I was like, damn, yeah, I just realized, hell, it's 8:30. She already went to work, but then I was thinking, damn, I can't believe it. She just kicked me to the curb, didn't even say bye. But it's because she's off today. It's a holiday. It's Columbus Day. Well, I'm good with it. Hey man, my moral compass has been through the ringer, so it's a little dented. The lens is scratched all up. The needle bounces every now and then, but it tries to stay true north as much as possible. CM Watchman, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you though, sir. When I read this comment, rescue at your channel, you can do what you want. There, and I'm being honest, being straight up honest. There is a smart ass, sarcastically part of me that wants to go, well, yeah, it's my channel, duh. But I'm going to assume that you don't mean it that way. See how that works? I'm going to just assume you don't mean it that way. And so I don't want to respond that way. But I'm just pointing that out. That's that easy. One thing zombie shows have taught me is that the moral compass of the group always dies first, just saying. One Ranch, is the Watchman new here? Something? No, One Ranch. Watchman's been around for a minute. So this is just one of them days, I'm reckoning. Watchman may lead by example on this word. Well, I can tell you, Tiger, that's kind of always been my take is maybe what I'm supposed to do is if I focus on me and I change me, then it will show to others. And if people get inquisitive and ask, then I offer that up. I'm so stressed off, I don't even have any hair left. See what happened this morning? I'm just jacking. Oh, I think this whole society's full of anxiety right now. I think with all the crap information out there, this and this and this, it's all a bunch of anxiety. Hey, Mrs. Kim's, what's up? Slept in late. He must have needed it. There he goes. Done wore it off. Everyone is entitled to their own individual religious belief, and in the end, they have to answer for themselves. That's it, Carolina. That's why I don't understand. I mean, all I can say is I have all my hair and it is thick and luxurious. Whatever, Matt. Did they make you president of the hair club? That's what it is, huh? You're not just a client, you're the president. Matt's hair is probably just as fancy as the chicken coop. Anybody see the comet at night? Nope. I don't know. This is where You just gotta, I don't know, man. This is part of all the fractions that are taking place. See, it's all the diversions. Oh, I will say, did y'all see the Elon landed the rocket? That was pretty badass, man. That was pretty badass. I used to say that, Carl. I used to say that whenever I was fat and I was a little more crude. I used to say that, yeah, I'm fat during the day, but at night it all turns somewhere else when the sun goes down. Of course, it was never true, but what you're going to say is I said a few things not for people to get hung up on it. I think it's just in the delivery, Watchman. It's all in the delivery. And I've had that conversation with other people. I think it's in the delivery because it is text. Morning, Miss Amy. Did you see that Michigan Town Hall takeover? Oh, no, Kim's. Cool. Everything is divided, even in the chats. I'm in a chat room after chat room throughout the day on YouTube. Most people are not going to do anything for you. Well, they shouldn't do anything for you. They need to do it for themselves. Grubby says true change won't happen until the soccer moms and NASCAR dads have to protect little angels. Yep, that's when you wake up middle class America. When soccer moms can't take the kids to practice. Actually, I think here in about 20 something days, a bunch of shit's fixing to happen. Just not sure which direction it's going after that. What happens if they never wake up to that fact? Which dictator we have? See, I just don't see Trump as a dictator, but that's all, to each their own perception. Rescue, it seems surreal, the rocket landing almost like special effects. Yeah, if there hadn't have been them hundreds of people all along the shore watching it happen, now out with their phones themselves watching it, then I guess we're in a weak enough state as a society that people are gullible and will fall for anything. So, yep, is it possible? Hell yeah, there's probably already YouTube channels out saying that look at the CGI, look at the green screen, look, it's all fake. I don't know. I give a man credit where credit's due. He started developing rockets and then he was like, man, we just keep throwing junk up there. We need to stop. We need to bring it back and reuse the stuff. So he managed to accomplish that. It's kind of like me getting sober. I'm sure there were people that stood around going, ain't no way, man. Look at him. He's just so crazy. But I did it. So I'm more of a victor, not a victim. Have not needed shampoo in 40 years. That's a win. A bar of Irish Spring and you're good, right? That's it, Rabbit. That's man. That's me. Bar Irish Spring, head to toe. The funk's going. You're good. It's amazing. They ran them off, packed up their stuff, changed the locks on the doors, and they're going to establish their own people. That is awesome, Kim's. I'm about to look that up. I love them stories. Rescue check gets things confusing sometimes. I would apologize if anybody took it in a bad way, but I do try to get people to think. Thinking and getting defensive, though, Watchmen, are two different things. Just remember. You know, you want to maybe say it in a way that makes them think instead of throwing up the defense shield like they're being attacked. And when you kind of tell somebody out the gate that they don't have no morals, that's kind of defensive type statement, sir. Grumpy says, Watchman, when was he a dictator the first time around? I don't use scented soaps. Cody takes away from my natural scent. Whatever it's in general, we have people lord over us rather than serve. I don't know. Isn't there a part in there something about what give unto Caesar's what Caesar's or something, and you just that doesn't take your moral compass out of whack? Lefties are going to try to continue to run the show, and they're going to get flack, right, Kim's? Past performance dictates future expectations. Only one side in the electoral equation in 2024 has done dictatorial stuff. Spit that shit out. See that Irish Spring in folders? I think rescues my brother from another mother. Right? Irish Spring in folders, man. That and duct tape. The leaders lord over us. They're not serving us anymore. See, I beg to differ. I think Trump had the intentions of America. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can listen more than we speak. Look at you, Black Cat, come swirling on in with one of them. Okay, I'm going to have to scroll a little faster so I get caught up. Otherwise, I'm going to be like Indian. I'm still going to be back an hour later. I'm fixing to do that this week too, Tiger. Let the cold bring on a bit more amber to the trichome. I had a sister die of drugs. Sorry to hear that, Watchman. Right, Moonchild, that was a little hot too. Hot too. I ain't scared. Shit. If that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life, it'd be rock solid. That is one thing I will say whenever I get into a conversation. I don't do personal character attacks. Dictator or not, I'd rather Trump's dictatorship than Hyena's dictatorship. Well, I just, and I brought it to me, dude, in 2016. That got my attention because it was like, this dude's like talking about giving it back to the people and, bringing jobs back and let's build ours. Let's protect our country. And I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, buddy, 8 years of programming through digital media of how bad this guy is. And people have forgotten how good and awesome that was. Grumpy, it's difficult because we don't know if there are two sides to the same coin. Are they all playing us? Do you know? I know there's some good ones in there. Thomas Massey, I think, is a good one. Right, Indy? You always got a lot of chat. I think I have not heard Mr. T defend freedom. No one hears. Oops, excuse me. Camo, that is the one thing I have not heard Mr. T defend. Freedom. I want to hear someone defending. Freedom or communism? It is definitely something you have to have a mindset to do. On your own, people can help and guide, but that's about it. That's it. Well, that's okay. I'm not going to try to label you, Watchman. I'm just going to say this. those, to me, that question about arresting people shows the naiveness of what we went through, because he didn't arrest anybody. He had bad input. He had bad people around him he did not know. He is not a politician, so he didn't go into that knowing just how deep things went. And so, and actually, he's come out and said, as far as he didn't lock Hillary Clinton up, was because he didn't like the image that portrayed. Now, would he change his mind now? Yeah, there's a lot of constitutional shit going down. But I just, I think that if you try to put that all on him, I don't know, man. Then it's a naiveness. That's all. It's a choice to swim with the current than against the current, because it is what it is. I mean, the dude was holding VA accountable. Just there's so much, you hear this so much in all these Young Turk channels and all these little liberal type channels, and Trump would have done this. Trump, dude, I don't know. It's a two-way argument, dude. At one point, if you get too far in, they tell you that the presidency doesn't amount to shit. But if you can attack Trump, then all of a sudden the presidency can solve all the problems. And it's kind of like, that's because people have just been taught to hate Trump. And they just don't want to own up to wow, did that really slip through? Have I really become anti-Trump because of, no, I'm anti, that stuff. And well, but you kind of felt gullible for it. That's the way I think. I don't know. And I guess part of my issue is people don't think people can do anything different because they have a bad experience. And yet here I felt like I was a bad person and I became a good person. So if he made mistakes, he could correct those this time. All I know is the 4 years when he was there, I never felt like somebody was fixing to come kick my door in. Was the world a perfect place? Was it no, but I didn't feel like nobody was going to kick in my door. After these 3.5, almost 4 years now, you start to wonder when they are going to kick in your door. And if she were to get into office and that party were to win, then you are going to it's just not a matter of if, it'll just be when. And the Department of Defense little thing actually even shows the validation in some of that because of their wording. It's if she were to win, they're preparing. They're all in. That's, like I said, that side there has a hate. They have focused the word hate, and that's it. And people that spit out the negative stuff are just byproducts of that hate. Because then, and I feel kind of unique in that because I wasn't involved in all this deep in shit and stuff. And so I wasn't deep into that. So I kind of just stayed skipping over the top. And like I said, that dude was liked by everybody. There were no bad stories. People would come out, interviewed him. He literally went from being, wow, check him out. This is Donald J. Trump. Ooh, yeah, okay, whatever. And then because he comes down an escalator, all of a sudden those same people started saying, ooh, and you hear the byproduct because you hear just everyday people all of a sudden like, yeah, I don't know about Trump. I don't know about what? And to me, that's just following. That's kind of like guppies in the pond. It's just following the fish food. That's, ain't trying to piss nobody off, but that's just kind of, I literally see such a drastic change. And it's like, and here's another little funny side part that I like to bring up because it just dawned on me one day and I thought, yeah, nobody ever mentions that. So this dude actually employs tens of thousands of people. So the Trump business employs tens of thousands of people. Tens of thousands. You have reporters, you have Liz Cheney, you have all these anti-Trump people, but how come you don't have hundreds of these anti-Trump employees? I mean, there's tens of thousands of them. There's over 10,000 Trump employees that are all out there just, man, how come you don't hear them all the time of what a bad person he is, and oh, what a bad business he runs, and oh, I can't even hold down my job, and oh, evil guy, orange man bad. You don't, because they're not there. Instead, if you go to digging, you hear about him giving this person, $1,000 to help him. You hear about this guy, he bought a tire and had the dude put on for him, and you hear about this where he paid somebody's mortgage off, or you hear about this where he paid for the lawyer so this lady could get her kid back, or you hear about all these others. But, you got to dig for them. And it's just amazing. You would think that if they're out of 10,000 plus employees, that you'd have at least 100. I mean, everybody that's held down a job knows that you've worked next to somebody that doesn't like their job. Well, how come you can't find those? How come you can't find those? Those should be like, man, you should be able to throw those up in front of the screen just like constant batter. Boom, boom, boom. Look at all these previous employees talk about how bad he is. Instead, you can't find shit. And I don't understand why people don't click to that and go, well, wait a minute. Yeah. And then maybe you can maybe some people would realize that, oh, maybe I have been falling into the negative hate Trump thing because, the two wings, same bird. And man, I don't know. It just, and what's ironic is if you try to point out any of that, then all of a sudden you think he's the one and all savior grace. And it's like, no, dude, it's just, this is a presidential election. I mean, you ain't got to get all wrapped up in shit. Presidential election. Yep, that dude's got a better message for America. Okay, cool, done. Check. Now, what about the Senate? What about the House? Oh, okay. Well, the Republicans right now have at least a better direction in keeping us somewhat on the path of America. So let's check. Now, let me slide that to the side. Now, let me really get to work and let me see who is a running for some position on the school board in my area. Who is running for what position in my county or in my city, and in my state, because this is where the boots on the ground work actually happens. That presidential shit, to be quite honest, man, at this point in the game, that's such a simple choice. Fine, go with Trump, done. Now for me, that's how easy it is. It's a presidential election. I'm not going to give them my vote by not using it, so I'm going to go use my vote. That way it can't be used. Take it off the table. It's like that. All the negativity about elections don't matter. Voting doesn't matter. Well, that's just because they don't, you know what? You don't want to withdraw your money out the bank. You don't really want to do that right now. Next month, the interest rates are going to be going up. So you don't want to pull your money out when really the real reason is you don't want to pull your money out is because, well, we've jacked it in the back end. We're using it for something else and we really don't have it to give to you. That's the way I view the votes. If you don't use it, it's still laying on the table. So when they look around and they say, oh man, we still need 12,000, then they kind of go, oh, look, flip the breaker. Oh no, we have a power outage. Oh, the toilet's leaking water. Oh, here, let's grab these and stick them over here. There we go. Oh, looky there. Won by 10,000 votes all of a sudden. Imagine that. I mean, it's like people saw the shit get stolen in 2020 and literally went into some extreme mode like, oh my God, there's not ever going to be able to fix this. It's done. It'll always be done. That's a way. And I just see, I can't do that. I saw you stole that. You won't get a fucking second chance at that without me standing up to you. That's what I say. So put a pizza box on the window. What I'll do is I'll reach over and grab the smaller dude and put him on my shoulders and raise him above the pizza boxes. There is You just don't back down. Local elections are where things really matter. That's it, Black Cat. That's what makes all these areas so different than one another. It's the local stuff. Voting hasn't fixed anything so far. Now has it? Well, I don't know. They didn't burn no fucking businesses down where I live, homo. So when we drove into town, we didn't get stopped by a bunch of people in the fucking road. Whenever they released COVID, we didn't get not get to go into town because we didn't have masks on, and we didn't have people screaming to go get a jab. Um, I ain't got homeless people camped out down in that town when we go into there. So I'd say maybe voting does make a difference. Just think of it like this: even 12 million alone, illegals voting could sway any election. They could. You know what? It really. Hey, you want a real kicker? You want to know what a real kicker is? If every 2A Second Amendment supporter would actually vote, it would sway the election. You know, if every Christian voted, that it would sway the election? What? No way. Say it ain't so. Feel free to look up the data. Trump has thousands of employees that are rhino. See, that is just, dude, that you're just, I don't know, man. To me, you're just, I don't know how far gone you are, Watchman, but holy shit. Unbelievable. So the tens of thousands of employees that he's had for decades, they've known that he was going to be president, and they were all started to just act, and they don't come out because they're all really Republicans in name only. When I don't even know if some of his employees even identify politically. Like, until all this shit, I didn't go to work and think of political shit. A lot of people blame Trump for the job, but I think he was swayed by all the people around him. That's, dude, he had bad, I mean, I don't know. See, some of the shit, it's like, oh, I wish, and you want to kind of preach it, but then there's a part of me that's like, man, what's the point? There's the pond. If you want to drink, it's nice, cool water. I'm that kind of guy. There are people that are like, come on, don't you want just a little bit? Come on. And they'll try to coax you into taking a drink. Me, I guess maybe I'm just too old in my age, but I'm just like, drink the damn thing or don't. No shit, Ross. It's called warp speed, and I don't know. I think that's another funny one from the liberal side that people have fallen for. Trump did warp speed. Woo! Well, yeah, I'm a business dude. And if I just thought I built the biggest mansion and I'm sitting there going, yeah, we built that. And then it comes down to find out that, oh, those were rotten 2x4s that were used in the walls. Okay, I don't think it's really was my intent to put rotten 2x4s in the walls of the cool thing. And I'm bragging about a mansion. I think from a business perspective, he was coming at the warp speed as in, look, we need to, if you're telling me that this is what the people need, then I'm going to cut this red tape. We're going to get this out to the people. If you see him being the pinnacle of evil because of that, then that's on you, man. I don't know. To me, I think bigger and I think more than just the narrative. You know, I think when that dude stood up to the VA and made them fireable, that was a first, and it changed the whole care and the stuff that the way they acted at the VAs. That changed. I think when he tried to lower the prescription drug cost to benefit Americans, I think when he instituted the tariffs, because he's like, why are we selling your vehicles over here and we're not getting anything out of the deal? I think when he stopped trying to instigate more wars, when he started actually trying to de-escalate Afghanistan, I think when he brought the peace accords and he was trying to actually bring peace around the Middle East, um, there's just, but I get it, an orange man bad, because and you would think that that would be the counter. You would think that people could understand that. It's like, wait a minute, the more they keep saying bad Trump, there must be something to that then, because they're really trying to get me to hate that dude. But no, there's still people. I mean, there's people that are like, ooh, the evil bad government, but then they're still grabbed onto the Trump train. And I hate Trump, orange man bad. Oh, it's all just because and I don't know. I used to wonder if it was because the surroundings, maybe when they go to the store, they see all this crazy radical shit because of where they live. Like, I got to say, if I lived like in Houston, or something, to where this was my shit that I saw every day, I'm going to the store and stuff. And then, yeah, I'd probably be wondering what the hell, man, the world's lost. But all I can say is come on out to the country and you kind of get a little bird whistle. You get the nice, cool breeze, a blue sky, and ain't nobody screaming in your face. And by the way, morning, Ross. Still somewhat a nebulous answer. How about this? We get involved in our communities in meaningful ways to show people that our morals and ethics have a better future. But see, here's the scary part to that, Grumpy. Then you're introducing that self accountability, and we need to keep that accountability shit at a distance, because the minute we acknowledge we the people, that means there's an active role to play in it, and then we can't just blame the big bad government. You know, that's it, Black Cat. God bless Texas. Eighth largest economy in the world. Our Texas Gold Bullion Depository, the Texas Stock Exchange, Texas Resource Hub, home of the Tesla. Look at the national debt. Look at the illegal still pouring in. How is this all going to get fixed? Look at the storms. People have even forgotten already about Oklahoma. What do you mean, forgotten about Oklahoma? You mean the terrorist that was planning an election day thing and they actually were doing it out of Oklahoma? And see, and here's another thing. It's like they keep trying to corner him into, how are you gonna see, they want to know how he's gonna deport these illegals, so many of the mass deportation. And it's because they want him to say what he's going to do so they can try to prevent it. To be quite honest, I can tell you a real quick way you can find a good little chunk of them, and that's the illegally developed app called CB1. And I think that if once you kind of have your hands on that program CB1, you can then kind of see where all these phones and all this shit that you gave out to these people are, and it kind of makes it easier to find them. Yeah, you say that until you need natural gas, Rabid. Until you need some, natural gas or some Earl. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, how much? Oh, y'all don't produce much of that shit, but that's okay because we'll make a deal with you. Faith is paramount. We are called to be evangelical. That does not mean simply proselytizing. It means going out and engaging at every level with those around us, our fruits and all, right? Rescue, my video is not lined up with my chatting, so repeating what I said, look at all the people that had turned on Trump after he went. Oh, yeah. that he was a non-politician who's fixing to kind of get to look at the books. Y'all need food. No, see, not really though, Rabbit. That's just it. We got the cattle, we got the farmer markets. Not really. But you're still welcome. We can swap some of that Missouri beef for some of this natural gas down here. Let's hang out in Home Depot. Grumpy, I've engaged everybody. I've even warned my sitting prosecutor. Look at my community page. Look at the document that was filed, received by the prosecutor. Well, and there were interviews too, Miss Amy. Whenever it first went down in 2020, there was all these interviews of the staff members that would talk about how, they would be given this document and told to go, give it to so and so, but when they would go to give it to them, they'd be, oh well, no, that has to go over there, and they would get loops around Washington. There was papers that they would be wanting that he would want done, so they'd be handing it through and they'd just get stuck in a drawer. There were so many little stories that came out about shit like that. And then when it's like this, you can be given the CEO of Walmart. That's it. That's it. You're the CEO of Walmart. But what if half the managers in the Walmart stores don't like you? Then all of a sudden you can write out, that you want the floors mopped and swept every morning and every evening. But that doesn't mean every store is going to do that. People going into that store can just blame the CEO. Oh, the CEO. But it's really not. Well, it's the same thing, man. To me, it's like if you just, I would look at the negativity you feel towards Trump and really recognize where that came from. Did you have that negativity before he won in 2016? Like when you saw him doing interviews about redoing Central Park, were you really pissed off about Trump and just knew that he was the devil? I mean, it just, there's a connection. Nobody flipped on him until he won, and they all laughed when he first brought up. When he first brought up he was going to run, they were all laughing, thinking it was just some kind of joke. You're like, oh, okay. And then he went up there and he slammed every damn one of them, which threw the typical politics out the window and got a bunch of people's attention because they're all like, wait, this isn't the debate stuff like we normally hear. Oh, shit, check him out. And they're cracking a beer going, hell yeah, that dude's saying the same shit we were just saying at work. Oh, yeah, look at him. That's what they were calling him at work. And so all of a sudden he got the masses to show up in 16, and they were like, wait, what just happened? That's why Hillary to this day still gets pissed off about it. So I'm a simple guy. I just kind of can 2 + 2 = 4. I really don't have to break it down, overthink that too much. 2 + 2 = 4. Yep. And you just kind of look at the character and the behavior of the country and the world. This dude, everybody wanted to be in the same room with him. He says, hey, I'm going to run for president. This is just so screwed up. This Obamacare and all this crap. So they all laugh going, yeah, okay, whatever, Donald. And then he won. And they're like, oh, shit. Well, he had people he thought were righteous because as they saw him win, they started, oh, yeah, Donald Trump, yeah. Because they wanted in that back door. You want your little mole to be the dude standing right next to the guy. And so I think that's what they did. And I think he sees that now. There's actually an interview with Deshaun Ryan where he talks about, it's like he's gotten to know people. And now he sees things through a different set of lenses. And I think that's going to make a big difference. But then again, how many people were all, he said he was going to drain the swamp. And I thought that was a big kind of a kick because it's like, really? So what did you do during the 4 years he was in office? Did you clean up any of your local shit? No, you didn't. You enjoyed this nice, comfortable ride where our money was good. And we just kind of assumed he was going to do the job. Instead, it's we the people. He just does one part. We the people still need to be invested. Exactly, Kim's. He brought American people back. It's like, wait a minute, we're here to serve the people. Ooh, we no, not my four. That's my 401. That's my investments. Hey, what's up, Pilgrim? I'll leave it like this. So Watchman says, I'll leave it like this. I believe that we should have hope, and the only hope that lives forever and ever is in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I have to get ready to leave. Take care. All right, Watchman. Make it a good day. Watchman, God lets our enemies rule and we do not follow and obey God's law. Well, you reap what you sow. Thank you. I think it was a healthy discussion. Nobody went overboard, and we're still all Americans. I hope. Yep. Follow your gut never lets me down. Right. Later, Watchman. Make it a good day. And so, what's up, Pilgrim? And by the way, there's if anybody runs into Savage Lee, I left the comment up on, was it Fridays or Saturdays? It was either Friday or Saturdays. Anyway, damn, who was that? I forgot the damn name already. But anyway, somebody left a message for Savage that he wasn't blocked on these other channels or something. I just went in and left the message there and was like, whatever. I guess I don't understand. It's like, you're gonna, why not just go to that person's channel and look at their email and email? I'm going, hey, you're not blocked on these channels, but I guess they felt like he would see it on the comments of the video before he'd see it. Rescue harvest season here. I've been trimming weeds for weeks. Oh, look at you. So is that harvesting the nugs? Jerry Lee is who I've not seen in weeks. Oh man, there's a lot of people. But you never know. I never know if I say something to piss somebody off, and you just don't see them no more. So I'm just kind of starting to let that shit roll. It's like whatever. Me don't give a shit. I'm here. I am who I am. Like I said, if I said something that ruffled your feathers, reach out to me. I gladly tell you straight up if it was on purpose or not. Most of the time, it'd probably be accident because I don't. Every now and then, I get sarcastic and kind of chicken shitty, and I do. Hey, we all have our flaws. So cool, Pilgrim. Rescue, what was the name of the video exposing cackling Congress past? Oh, Tucker Carlson. See if I can find that real quick in my history. Okay, damn it. I know it's in here somewhere. Let me do it this way. I'm not ignoring you guys. Okay, here we go. Swing, swing. You have to back it up to the beginning. Yeah, but I seen Jerry at like a dozen channels. Did you know Carlson turned down 10 million from Pat Bet David to join his network? Said having must tweet out his content was more valuable. Yeah. Uh, well, so many people offered him money and he just decided to go do his own. The Tucker Carlson Network. I like the Patrick Bet David guy. I do. The one part of him that rubs me wrong is his extreme capitalism, buddy. That dude will try to make a buck off of everything. He's like, "Oh, do you need to know the secret to this election? If you need 995, I can tell you." And I don't, that part I don't dig, but I think he means well. He just got money on his brain. He's one of those that wants to be the millionaire dude. Share Bearer says, "Okay, gotta get to work. Y'all have a blessed day. Make it a good day. God bless y'all." Hey, Share Bear, make it a good day, ma'am. And I hope the car gets straightened out since there's a tow truck involved. All right, Black Cat, make it a good day. Yeah, it's been 3 hours, 15 minutes. I think I might be fixing to call it, guys. I need to get some shit done today. And so, and I don't know how many people are actually going to listen to this and the replay stuff and all that, but there'll be there's going to be a change of coming. Not quite sure to what extent, but there'll be a change of coming. And because I've got to get some shit done. And so I'm just going to try to figure out a way to do that. And it's probably going to be out of the norm of what you do. And I don't know. So I might just like set up a chat and y'all can sit there and chat. And I'll set the thing up and my main point is I thought about trying to either record it or show it while I'm doing it just to encourage people to do things, do stuff, you know. And that's my main thing is I just get out of all the mix and all the junk and know that you can do stuff, get out and enjoy accomplishing something, you know, putting your hands on something. And there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about accomplishments, you know. Plus, I might have to go because, well, I got biscuits and sausage. Did you want to say anything?
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, I heard you.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. The missus says good morning. And I got some biscuits and sausage. What? Let's see. Thank you, Mama. Got to get the trailer hooked up and head to the sawmill here in a bit. Y'all behave now. Right on, Rabbit. Be safe. She said thank you. I muted so you wouldn't hear me scream. I don't know. Main thing, you know, it's always the good MREs. Man, you know what? There's so much negativity out there, and there's so much how bad things are, and things are bad. But I can say griping about it, whining about it, dwelling on it doesn't never fix anything. So what I'll say, and I'll leave you with this for a Monday morning. In 20 plus days, shit's going to hit the fan. Regardless of how it comes out, the shit's going to hit the fan. Where the dust settles is to be determined. What you can do is focus on your local election in your area, and then tend to your house, your home, your water, your food, your medical supplies, your care. So if shit hits the fan where you're at, you either have a way to get out for a few months, or you've got some sustainability. That's what I would say focus on. You can get caught up in, if space is real or and all this other shit, but the shit's fixing to hit the fan in 20 something days just because there's two opposing forces that are meeting up November 5th. Somebody's not going to be happy. That's a given. So food, water, medical supplies, a way to defend yourself and protect yourself. That's it's getting realer by the day. And I appreciate y'all. Hey, it's Monday. And it's a marvelous, simply marvelous, darling. Hey, what is it Hutch says? Go do things and stuff. But no, focus on your local stuff. Focus on your home. Food, water, medical supplies. Look at that shit, boy. It just kicked me right out. How you like that shit? They just said, you're done. Hey, y'all make it a good day. I appreciate y'all. Keep your head on a swivel. Make it a good day. Go do stuff. I appreciate y'all. Do something.
If I ain't here tomorrow, if the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed to bow your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke.
the tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Thanks for starting your Monday with me. Y'all remember, you can make it a good day. Times are covered rain. Know that you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to do. I appreciate y'all. Get on a swivel. Make it a good day. Peace.
Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. Make it a good day. Peace.